that, girl.
I got to be the one. I messed it up, but you spending the rest of my life with you. Something like that. Hey, man.
You said I didn't know that song.
I thought you didn't know it.
Jukebox.
I thought you did. Yeah, you did. That was fine. Hold on, I gotta hit the button.
Don't do that.
I need seconds. Listen, that was good.
There's actually a line dance to that. Yeah, people be doing it.
I gotta tell you what happened this weekend in a second. It's a line dance to Shine?
Yeah, I think so. I've seen it. They be like, and they just pretty much do the same thing, but it's
all line dances. Yeah. This is the most repetitive thing.
I don't know that one, but I'm a line dancer. I don't. You know,
Flex.
Oh yeah,
Flex. Come on now.
That's my favorite. Flex. We heard it at the concert this past week.
Oh yeah, I was. Oh, hold on. We got a lot of time. Welcome back, everybody. This is She and I am your host, B Love, and like always, most of the time at this point, I have my very special host with me.
The kid.
Syd, the kid, and B Love. We just friends kicking knowledge on the podcast, and we two married people, different people. Like we're not married equally, but we are. But to two separate people who we love dearly, ready to kick some flavor in your ear. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Can you smell what the
rock is cooking?
Cooking.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna talk about that too. So I was planning on saving money. I said this month I'm going to save money because I want to get these chairs so we can sit in and sit low. Right now, we sit too high. And it's cool. And we can still relax. But I want the set to feel more
relaxed.
Like we at home. This is a white wall. I could put pictures on the wall, but I'm not a...
You could do a green screen, could you? Could it look like we're sitting on the beach somewhere in the beach? Yeah, the background.
I got my chairs that I want. I still want my wood slats that we talked about.
Mm-hmm. So do we. You and Cameron can go buy the wood slats together. We have two rooms. Your room and our room that we need the slats for.
And they got them at Home Depot for the low. They're going to be the knockoff, but they're going to get the job done.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get them. Now, I said I had to say I was saving money to do all that. But then.
Who's coming to town?
The summer came. Summer's mine. And the summer said, let me holler at you. And I said, yes, Summer, I'm here. And I'm not talking about Walker either, even though she sings very well. That's what I was going to say.
She's also going on tour.
For real?
Yeah, with Chris Brown. Some of them have Summer Walker. Some of them have Janae Aiko.
I'm not paying for that. Chris Brown tickets, Beyonce tickets. India.
Okay, sorry. I keep cutting you off.
No, you're good. India she's going to Chris Brown, but I'm not. That's another story for another day, too. I'm happy she's going. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Summer called me and said, hey, let's have some fun. I went in Jeezy. Ooh, right there. Big jizzle. And I hit up my friends because that's what friends do. I said, hey, I'm about to buy these Jeezy tickets. Do y'all want to go? And what you tell me? You said, hell no, I ain't trying to see no Jeezy. Hell no. I'm a very freaky girl. Meaning you like Gucci Man.
I like them both. Oh. But I am. No.
She's like, but I am a very freaky girl.
Hit the button.
Come on, anyway. It didn't work. You hit it again.
You know what? You supposed to already have the buttons together.
I'll have to make sure my baby was asleep.
Okay. No, I'll be in Vegas.
You did say that. With
seeing the Backstreet Boys.
So listen, I asked her to go see Jeezy. Then she said, nah, I can't. I'm going to see the Backstreet Boys. I laughed so
Backstreet's
hard.
back. Why?
Because the seesaw effect of how we talked about this.
Oh, yeah.
We can go see Jeezy or we can go see the Backstreet Boys.
We can.
It don't matter. We everywhere with our music selections. What about you? So she was like, she going to see all that tracks.
Yes.
That aligns.
I'm so excited.
You can see Jeezy and you saying no because you're going to see the Backstreet Boys.
It does.
In Vegas, like you're leaving town to go see
in the Sphere.
For real?
Yeah.
Who you going with?
One of my other white friends.
I knew it wasn't one of us.
No. She is actually one of us.
For real?
She's Black-Sican.
Oh, wow. Okay. Shout out to the Black-Sican homie.
Community.
What's her name?
But her name is Marissa.
I don't know her.
She lives in Atlanta.
I was about to say it.
But we both love BSB.
For real? You like Backstreet Boys over NSYNC? Come on, man. Come on. Nah, they gone. Baby girl, yeah.
But listen.
Fire.
Backstreet Boys got some bangers too. Don't get me wrong.
They
but
do.
I'm equally. Backstreet Boys was before NSYNC.
They were.
So rightfully so. Yeah. I am a Backstreet. Now, they were both alive when I was a kid.
When you were 2.
No,
they were 2 years old.
I was like 9. I was like 8, 9 when I became
Yeah. What the ends work.
I wasn't there yet.
Sure, okay.
So look, don't go doing that. By the time I got to Answorth, I was well-rounded. I came from a black-ass school.
Yeah.
I went to a white-ass school real fast.
True color shining through. See? And when she went to Answorth, the black is back.
No, right. It really was. I was like, oh my, it was a culture shock.
I know.
Now, not so much. Now they are diversified.
Yeah, they are. They are.
But when I was there, not so much yet. But yeah, she loves Backstreet Boys. I love
That's what's up though. That y'all can do that together.
But they're doing a residency for like a few weeks at the Sphere.
That's dope.
And I wanted to go to the Sphere and I want to see Backstreet Boys. And this is their first time like doing something like this in a long time.
Hope they got the same moves though. You know, sometimes
they still sound great. I don't give a shit what they do. I just know I'm gonna be in there. I'm gonna be crying. I'm gonna be in there with people that know the words. Cause it's like
you got to be a special type of fan.
You have to be a special type of fan, period. Sure. Like, even if they came here, I would have gone. You know, so if they were traveling around, I would have stayed home for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go to Vegas specifically for a tour that is traveling.
But it's the spirit too, though. So you're going for the experience, then the nostalgia, then
all of that.
Yeah.
The vibes.
The energy, the vibes.
So I'm excited about that.
Immaculate.
And I'll be standing in arms with my sisters that know the words. And we should all be the same age. It should be no little girls. And I mean, it might be, but it should be more of us then.
Well, I will say, I would not do this, but if he was older and if Lil Wayne came, that's why I played this song.
You know they're coming here for the 30th?
But he too young.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I can't take him. But you remember the other day I asked you, I thought about taking him to the Millennium
What
concert.
happened to that?
Oh, shit. The CO, the correctional officer.
She said no?
Hell yeah.
Dang.
The CO not going to go. Listen, when the correctional officer's in the building, no means no. You got to straighten up. She not one of them cool correctional officers that'll slot you the cell phone, let you make like personal cell phone calls. Hell no.
I was wondering what happened with that. I was like, maybe they just didn't go. But he went to Raw.
And we're going to SmackDown. That's what I was about to say next.
So that's what's going on.
I bought Jeezy tickets and I bought SmackDown tickets.
Because he's coming, right? The Rock?
Yeah. Well, no, he probably not.
I thought he was coming back.
He comes back for special shows.
But I thought he was coming back for like a stand up. Maybe I made that up.
He making another movie right now. It's I think it's like a bodybuilding movie too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, I said, why you take a Jonathan Major sauce like that? Then Jonathan Major just make one. I want to see that too, by the way. But it wasn't in the theaters when I went to go look for the other movie that we're going to talk about in a second.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, yeah, so I bought that. And then something else I bought. I bought 3 things that ended up being a lot of money. And I said, yo.
Rich?
Nope. Broke now.
Balling like a bitch.
Rich bro, go ahead. Got a little Duval. Rich bro. I'm talking about, whoa. When I looked, I said, ooh, I did too much. I took it there and I didn't try to do it. So now I got to come back some. I got to take a step back. So the summer's here. Now, what you do this weekend? Because you did a lot.
I didn't do a lot.
And last weekend, too. We missed last weekend because it was Easter.
Yeah, but
so we had to take
together.
off. Yeah, we had to do some resurrection. You know, listen.
Resurrect.
I'm going to tell y'all something.
We were together, though.
Y'all got to take y'all bus to church. I would say it the other way. Because when I leave the gym, I tell them to take their asses to church.
But you know what? I mean, asses in the Bible.
It is.
I will say this year, I noticed so many people taking pictures of themselves at church to like prove the point that I went to church today. I was like, why is everybody
That's nasty work,
taking that 15 seconds of beep, like, and putting your gospel song behind it? Like, I'm glad you went to church, but it's like, why are you proving that you went to church today if you don't go to church on a regular?
Don't do that.
It was kind of weird.
And
everybody was supposed to know it was at church. I mean, it's not like the family pictures of us at church. I'm talking about
they were
like you
posting the preacher,
in your chair, the preacher's up there, and you're taking.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It's weird. It's weird.
Social media, I tell you.
Y'all looking at y'all laughing too. He's sending that picture straight to spam.
But to answer your question, this weekend, Friday was my mother-in-law's birthday.
Oh, I ain't know that.
Yeah.
Shout out to honey.
Happy birthday, honey. Her birthday is 5 days after Cameron. So she was.
That's why y'all celebrating Big Cam. Hold up, man.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to my guy, Big Cam. Give you some of that too. You ain't having.
Happy birthday to all the Tauruses out there. It is Taurus season.
It's the Bulls.
But yeah, so Friday we didn't really do much. We did go see her, take her flowers in a card.
Oh, nice.
Yesterday we went to Sound Waves.
Nice. Y'all spend the night?
No, so she's having a staycation there. And you gotta have the room for the ticket.
I thought y'all did a staycation. I was looking for
absolutely not.
Tell me that.
No. But we did go to Soundwaves. And Winter loved it. That was her first time.
And don't call my boy Crybaby Johnson.
Crybaby Johnson, not so much. He was not feeling the vibe.
My boy got in there water said.
Oh,
he was pissed.
He was like, it was cold. He did not like that.
It was the water. Even in the inside, it's cold.
No. The inside is hot as hell.
Oh, was I?
Yeah, it's always humid on the inside.
You know what? You got a good point.
But the water is cold.
Yeah.
So it bounces out once you've gotten wet.
Okay.
It works out. But he was not feeling the vibe.
Hey, this is something that y'all can do too. And shout out to my girl Lauren because she did take our advice. And she went to Iggy's, the restaurant we talked about that time. Soundwaves is something else you could do too now. It's not that expensive during the week.
But you have to have a room. So I don't know where you're going.
That's what I'm saying. For like a little staycation. Because a lot of people still work from home.
Yeah.
You can get you a room at Soundwaves, work from home, and then you and your partner can go to the Soundwaves and you can just work from there.
Yeah, so tickets about $48 for 4 and up. 4 and under is free $99. Yeah. They do not need a band. They do not need to pay $200 to
pass go.
Yeah, no,
to get your butt in the pool. Now I'm gonna put you on game because I used to be a crook back in my day. I'm reformed now, but back in the day, I used to know how to take old wristband off and slide it to my homegirl, and I stay in the inside, and she come on back in.
Yeah,
back in the day.
Yeah,
but I don't do that no more. Yeah. I just pay what I weigh, baby.
Sure, he doesn't. But yes. Good time. That's what we did yesterday, and then today I'm here. So I mean,
talk about it. We back. Hold up, I gotta do it again because I missed it. I missed it so much. I apologize about missing y'all, man. I'm gonna do a better job because I got a plan in my head. So we'll talk about that off mic. But anyway, we gotta get down to the brass tacks. Something that we talked about last time. We gotta talk about this time.
During the week, we got deep.
It works.
Chill. Let's talk on the podcast.
Ooh, let's get to it. Sinners. I saw it. Hey, and unbeknownst to me, my wife went to see it with me.
I'm glad she saw it.
So give it up for India one time, man, because I was like, hey, I really want to see this movie. And at first she was gun-ho, like, I'm not going. I'm like, I bet. Well, I'm going to go by myself. And then she was like...
India kills me with that shit. Yeah. It reminded me of Vegas.
It's exactly what it was. Yes.
I said all this shit in the group message. Like, we can do this. And he was like, well, I'll see what I want to do when I get there. And then we do the shit. She's like, this is so much fun. And girl, shut up.
Every time. She has to just let go. Just let it loose. You ain't always got to be in control, wife, when it comes to
But I'm glad events. She doesn't like horror movies, and they're not for everybody. So we're not going to... Would you say kick her back in?
I'll kick her back in. Kick her back in while she's in here.
But when she texted me and told me she didn't want to see it, I was like, well, I'm not surprised that you didn't want to go see this movie.
And it wasn't even scary like that.
She was texting me during the movie. She was like, oh my God, get me out of here.
Now listen, it does make your heart beat, but it's not. Would you say it was scary?
Okay, so let's break it down.
Let's start at the beginning.
In my scare meter.
Okay.
Because I love horror movies. That's my favorite genre of filmography.
Me too.
Using big words.
We turned up again.
I will give it like a 6 on the scary meter. 6 out of 10.
I'm with you.
Because I feel like in the beginning it had like those flashes, those jump scares.
Yeah.
I like to jump. I like when some shit checks me off guard. I'm like, whoo! Holding on my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that part I was like, okay, I'm locked in. But it kind of stopped.
It did.
I feel like the next scary part for me, I feel like that stuck out with low-key the dancing scene kind of scared me. Not the one inside when he's singing and the spirits are coming. When they're outside.
The white thriller.
Yeah,
when they're
Irish
outside, thriller.
When they were outside doing that, the eyes is just, I was like, whoa.
Hey, it's about to go down.
Well, I might be in the covers undercover like this later,
Hey.
But that part was a little creepy to me. I won't say scary. And then when homegirl went outside to talk to him, she was like, I'm going to see if they got some money.
Yeah, that was scary.
They were slobbing, all that kind of stuff. I just knew they were going to tear her up outside. I thought we were going to see it.
What was that song they were singing about tearing my boy limb from limb?
And me and a burning of fire.
We going to tear Robin limb for limb.
Yeah, it was a little creepy. So the scare meter 6.
Okay, all right.
I feel like it was creepier, thrillier, thriller nights more than scary. But overall, before I found out things after the movie.
Okay.
I rated it like a 7.5.
Okay.
As a whole.
It's
a great movie. I want to see it again. I plan to go see it again.
I'm buying it when it comes out.
Yeah, for sure. I told my mama that. On the opportunity, I'm buying. As soon as it said, I might even pre-order. Right.
Yeah.
It's a movie you most definitely can watch.
They get my $21.95.
Right.
Plus tax.
It might be $19.99 for me. Nonetheless, great film. I saw it in IMAX.
She saw it. She got me. I'm mad I didn't see it in IMAX.
It was filmed for IMAX. Yeah. So I feel like I wanted to see it in Screen X at first. I don't know if you've seen anything in Screen X. So I saw Wicked at Screen X. So Screen X has a screen right here and then it has 2 screens on the side.
Oh, no.
And so it kind of, they say it's like a 260. It's not a 360.
Okay.
But it's like, from here to here. But
so do you got to turn your head to watch the movie?
So I'm about to tell you that. It doesn't, it just is like a wider view. And it's like, your peripheral can still catch it, but it's not like something else is happening over here that's not happening over here that's not happening over here. It's just a wider screen. Because that's why I was like, And they were saying like the first time seeing a movie, you shouldn't see it that way because you could miss things because you are trying to look around. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
okay.
But I chose IMAX because that's what you're supposed to see it in. That's what it was filmed in.
Facts.
And it was great. We were right in the middle of the theater, really big. I mean, honestly, like, I think more movies should be filmed for IMAX.
I think all movies should be filmed. It's 2025, man.
Well, I mean, then
film your movie for IMAX.
But every theater doesn't have IMAX screen.
Well, that's every theater's fault. Because let me tell you, we had to opt to see it regularly, and I was mad about that because the theater we went to, they didn't have IMAX.
Where did y'all go?
Went to the Hills. The Hills have eyes. They don't got IMAX at the Green Hills.
Why did y'all go to 100 Oaks? Y'all right here.
100 Oaks, they don't got IMAX there. They got RPX.
Oh, I like RPX. They have Screen X there.
Only X I know is Xvideos.
Well, you need to see Screen X.
I need to do better.
Oh, my God. But what do you give
RX.
What did you give the?
Okay. So on the scare meter, because I'm like you, man. I'm a horror fan. My best horror movie of all time. I've said that on this pod before. Is Scream. I think Scream is like top of the line next level.
Yes. I love the Scream franchise, obviously.
Yeah.
Hello, Sydney. But I also love. How did you not think about Sydney Prescott?
I didn't even think of hello, Sydney. Yeah.
It's like, yes, but I also love the Final Destination franchise.
You do like Final Destination.
I'm binging it right now.
Let me tell you about Final Destination, me and Final. It's too finite. And I think that kind of does something to me mentally, though. So I'm like, man, this I kind of believe this thing. Yeah, man. Words mean things. And you sort of look around. Listen, I get to drive in my car and get behind a log truck. Like, yep. It's about to happen.
And that's the one that did it. That one and the roller coaster.
It did, yeah.
You be like, Lord, I'm on a highway to hell. What?
And the plane did it too.
Yeah.
The plane, man, all the
I feel like all of the major,
first one,
all the major, as far as like what happens, it's so relatable. It's how everybody else dies. It's like, come on.
I was saying, let me tell you where it jumped the shark for me. It was one of them. I can't remember which one it was. This is a movie pod today. I can't remember which one it was, but it was the floor was wet, right? And they were in like this barn, and all of a sudden, everything had to happen perfectly for this person to die. Like he wasn't gonna die. The floor got wet. Beam fell down. He had a drill plugged up. Drill fell down. It wasn't on. Then all of a sudden, a nail fell off the beam and it hit the drill and it shocked and hit the water and he died. The person died. I don't know if
I think it had to be like 4. Maybe 5. It wasn't the first 3 because I literally just watched those.
Yeah. I'm like, why is this happening right now? Come on, bro. Just kill it.
But back to Sinners.
Okay, yeah, Sinners.
So you gave it a what?
6 out of 10 on the scare meter. Scare meter.
So we're at the same.
But now listen, I'm from Mississippi, right? So me seeing this stuff, representing the SIP, it automatically got to my heart. How it tugged at my heart strings. So right there, you automatically get a 10. Just for saying you in Mississippi.
Down in Mississippi.
I love that. I love that part. And like the cultural references that it had for Indian people. Mm-hmm. Indians pulled up like, hey man, bring cuz ass. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Bring cuz ass out the house. And the white man, like, he started in there. And he was like, hey, listen, if he in there, y'all about to die. But you know what? Handle your business, white man. I'm about to take my white Indian ass, Choctaw ass back over here, smoke on some weed and eat a camel or cow and chill.
Let me put a pin right there. I saw a thread and it was like, give me like different things, scenes about sinners with just GIFs with like no context. And one of them was for Pocahontas. And it was the chief said, those white men are dangerous. And I fell out because literally
they were putting them on game. The white man was dangerous.
And they wasn't trying to hear it.
They said, man, and it right there, all of a sudden,
gone.
I see the meaning behind the movie. Now listen, I think I could have got me some Cuddy that night, but I think Indy was a little tired, so I ain't really try to make a move. Because in the movie, when it first comes on, they tell a Bible verse, 1 Corinthians 10. And before they said what it was, the Bible verse, I whispered in India's ear what the Bible verse was. She didn't believe me. I can tell. She kind of gave me a look like, what are you talking about? Plop! Said it right there. And boom, she was over there. I said, and I saw her pants start to leak a little bit.
Oh my
God. God was in the building. So God be in your wife. You gotta pull it out of her. But anyway. So yeah, the Choctaws came, did all that. So I like the Mississippi references. Then the music references got me. Now I almost cried. The music mashup part, when they were in the barn, they were doing and blues, and Buddy could sing too with the baritone voice. And then they had the mashup. So I like all of that part. Now, here I go. So I give that part a 10. This is where I kind of take some back because I think they could have did a little bit more. I know he's got a short amount of time with characters. So I think, there was some parts missed there. But overall, I'm going to give it, I ain't going to lie, I'm biased. I'm going to give it a 9. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10.
I feel like after the fact, once you start falling down the TikTok rabbit hole and seeing all the symbolism and stuff like that, then it's like, oh, that makes it better. That makes you want to see it again. So I feel like that gave it that turned into like an 8.
Yeah.
9
okay.
For me.
Okay.
But just like seeing it for the first time fresh in, just knowing the trailer, not really knowing everything.
There was some slow moments in there.
It was.
But I think it was supposed to be so for telling you the history and making sure you knew about certain things to make you think about it. But
it had great acting, great cast.
Superb.
The cast was awesome. Michael B. Jordan as a twin. Oh my God. I'd love to be an Oreo.
You want that old B Love and B Love sandwich with Indian bread from back in the day. It's a long time ago.
But awesome. Awesome.
Moral of the story though. Here we go. And then I'll watch this segue. Moral of the story. Black men. And it's nothing. I love my white people.
Oh, brother.
Moral of the story, man. Sometimes we got to just leave these white women alone, dog. Like sometimes it's nothing wrong with just betting on black.
Now
I'm pushing all my chips to the table.
Now listen.
Now Stack shouldn't have been he was up there white girls behind. Now she was there's one white girl that probably would have been $25,000 a cheek. I'm getting somewhere, but some of these other white women are not $25,000 a cheek.
I think that if any woman of color was in the middle of the juke joint, and you done had a little Mississippi hooch, whatever it is, they was serving that motherfucker with your
wooden Irish beer. They had that Irish beer.
And you turned up listening to Traveling. And the bitch come up to you talking about one of your old hoes that you used to smash coming and talking about, you gonna come steal this?
Hey,
you gonna go steal it in the closet, whether it's vampire coochie
But
or
the thing about it, his brother told him in the beginning, man, leave Shawty alone.
Hey, she came in there, she had that vampire juice on. She
did.
Said, you gonna come?
The vampire gave her some swag. When she got back, she was ready to put it on.
And did.
Actually, in more ways than one.
And did.
That's the moral of the story. Like from jump, I saw it panning out. Like, hey, y'all. Like, boy, we let our white brothers and sisters into the culture so easy. And then when they get into the culture, they become
But I also think in that same breath, you should also say y'all should think with your head instead of your head sometimes. He should have said no.
That was the temptation part from the Corinthians 10. That's what that was about.
He should have said, hell no, I'm trying to make this money. I'm trying to make this money,
Get this money.
I'll see you after.
And I'll holler at you later, honey.
But I mean, that had to be the plot, And
it did. So
and we knew from the previews that one of them was going to turn.
I didn't know it was going to be her. I did not think it was going to be her.
One of the brothers was going to turn.
But I didn't think she was going to be the one to make him turn. Yep. So when I saw that, I'm like, hey, man, this is a story for life. And then lo and behold, Here comes Shannon Sharp down the rabbit hole. I said, my God, why did he see a preview of Sinners a long time ago before he started being a sinner? Listen, to all my men, this is not a relationship. Because sometimes we have to control the temptation. And to put it in YN terms, you got to control the horny. It's not worth it sometimes to be that horny. Because some of y'all, boy, you don't know how to put that little pink things. Horny. They be letting them things hang, you feel me? They be like, hey, them pink toes, open doors.
Oh, my God.
And they take off their clothes. Leave them alone. I'm going to call Dr. Umar.
I will also say that at this stage in life, with social media and technology being so advanced, I don't understand how people are getting caught up.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you are rich and wealthy and are a who's who, an important person, or, have all these accolades about you. I would think that there were some type of non-disclosures that these hoes were signing.
Talk about it.
Burner phones.
Talk about it.
I don't know. I just feel like now I'm sure some of this, the call, the voice, I don't believe that because AI is so advanced now. People can sound like somebody can be sounding like me right now on the phone with somebody.
That's real.
It's so advanced. Like, I don't think I believe that. However, even if that was true, again, it's like, these hoes be recording, screenshotting, and be ready to tell the world when you hurt their feelings. So it's like, you also got to know who you're dealing with. How are you just dealing with, again, different strokes with different folks. I'm going to get off my pedestal, but
I'm gonna get on
makes
mine.
no sense
I'm about to hop on with
the men, the women that they get caught up with. It's like,
to look like that, first of all. Let's talk about
but it's always some boogabear.
It be like the dusty of the
he's not an attractive man.
But guess what is attractive?
That money.
That mean green. You see what I'm saying? Listen, the stuff he was saying, he could have got all with
mighty dollar.
Hey, make it dollar, make it holler. You see what I'm saying? What, gave me some of that money, I would have gave him a pedicure or something. Yeah, I know.
Not a pedicure.
But listen, needless to say, we got to control the horny. And he said he met that girl at the gym. 19. Let's back up a little bit. We're talking about right? Shannon
I don't even know much about it. I just heard the little call. I saw he got caught up. But I mean, it's Shannon. I can't say I give much of a...
54 years old, messing with a 19-year-old. He could have had... It could be his granddaughter, really. I thought about it, like 1948. It could be his granddaughter. Seriously. He could have a granddaughter that's 19 years old. And you out here smashing. Now, listen. I feel like at 1954, that is absolutely ridiculous. But they're Bernie's Burgos, and I'm just going to let that lay where it lays. Bernie's Burgos is between 40 and 43. I don't know how old she is exactly. Yeah, she had a birthday.
I thought she was like 50.
It don't matter. You see how she look? She look way better than a 19. She looks so much better than this 19-year-old. She makes this 19-year-old girl turn into a scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 2.
Okay.
I'm being generous with that.
I haven't even seen a girl.
You haven't. Listen, you're not missing much. I'm gonna show it to you after. Yeah, you're not missing much. So now me and Indy had to talk about this, and Indy's like, she gets on her like, both of them wrong. He shouldn't have been doing. She don't even care how the girl looks. Like, wrong is wrong. I don't care how the girl look. Like, I agree. But if you give me somebody, the girl texted him and said 25 a cheek. That's where I was getting to. Per cheek, right left cheek, right cheek, booty cheeks. $25,000, 50 grand. Listen, man.
To clap him.
19 years old. She probably weighed about, there's nothing wrong with that because I like Indy. You know what I'm saying? I love my wife and she probably ain't nothing but like 120, 130 at most. But dog, you have to pay that much? I'm pretty sure. And you talked about this last pod.
Oh my goodness.
You said what? You said when your husband wants to go to places where prostitution is known or places that are known for prostitution, what do?
But that's nothing to him. But that's nothing to him.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like wiping his ass cheeks. He can wipe his own ass cheeks.
He can go over there.
Honestly, she probably could have asked for more. She should have.
She got more. She asked for more now. Now she won't pay that million. And he about to lose his job. Damn. He about to lose his credibility because he choked her or said he was going to choke her or something.
Yeah.
So, man, and you got to make sure that whoever you're in kinks with are into the same kinks. Because, I mean, she obviously at first she sounded like she was into it. I think he just
pissed her off. Again, I don't know all the inside.
Okay.
I don't care. It's like, why do I have to know this?
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
I think that also like older men are always looking for younger women.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I was single right now, I would most definitely be with a 50-pluser.
But you are, I can see that. 30-something, 50-something.
Yeah.
That's cool. But if you were 19 and single, you wouldn't be looking for no 56-year-old man.
I wouldn't be looking for it. But in this day, I see why they are, because they're going.
I see why 50-year-olds.
No, I feel both ways. Like,
really?
Yes, because it's like these 50-year-old men, it's like, he's busy. He has a job. Okay. He's not trying to see her every day. He's not trying to fuck her every day. He probably wants the bare minimum from her. And that's something that she can give him. And she's just learned that at this young ass age, because social media is grooming these girls to know these things. If I'm 30, I probably got a job too. Probably got some kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm a bit booked and busy, so I really don't have that. My tolerance is so low with you that it's like, I am probably going to want to spend a little bit more time with you, just because it's like, I got all this other shit going on. If you my nigga, I want to spend time with you. 19-year-old, you just out here looking for some money and trying to have fun, and it's not really serious to you. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny about them? And you said you haven't heard all of it. That was the conversation too. He was like, "Hey, I want to see you or something," and she was like, "I don't want to do that right now," something like that. He's like, "Okay, Gabby." And she's like, "I mean, what, Shannon?" It was the whitest combo, whitest, blackest combo. He was super black, she was super white. I mean, I don't want that to happen, Shannon. And I'm not victim blaming or victim shaming or anything like that. But y'all know that conversation was funny from that little girl, man. 19 years old. Now, I think that
I read something about I'm gonna have your big black ass baby. Was that her saying that?
They talking about slave play and everything. Like she was,
Oh,
what is
my
Shannon into? So I'm not kink shaming, but
has he ever been married? Does he have children?
He got children older than this lady. I think he got a grandchild. Not that age, but I think he has a grandchild.
It just says a lot about him.
Yeah, man. So like, bro, you just gotta be careful, man. And pick, like Syd said, if you're gonna pick somebody like that, pull out the paperwork.
I just thought that's what they do at this point. But
I thought they did too.
I don't know the protocol. So
I've
never been a sugar baby. Yeah. I ain't never had no sugar daddy.
And I ain't spending no money like that. If a girl right now, right, if I was single out here, I would want somebody who's established. And let me tell you why I say that. I had the honor of judging a pageant. That's another story. I'm going to tell y'all this story. Shout out to my homegirl, Elise, man. She said, "Do you know anybody that can help judge the Mr. Crimson and Cream pageant?" Now, when I read that in my head, I didn't even see Mr. I just saw, "Do you know somebody to help me judge you, or somebody can help us judge a pageant?" I'm like, yeah, like I can help you judge a pageant in my head. Because you asked me, a man, I'm thinking I'm finna judge a woman's
like beauty pageant or something like that.
Man, when I went back and read that message, Mr., I ain't looking at no niggas. Why I'm looking at dudes for?
My God.
But I went and did it because it's my dog, and she
and it was Kappas, right? It's Chris.
No, it wasn't no Kappa. It was the Deltas, Mr.
Oh,
Mr. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I did my own girl a favor. Now it was a part in the pageant. This is what I'm finna tie everything together right now. It was a part in the pageant where they had to answer a question, the Q&A portion of the pageant. And the question was, what are the issues that Black people face today, specifically Black women? When I tell you, these young men, I'm not kicking their back in, but I am. When I tell you these young men could not form a sentence and formulate a thought that answered that question correctly, it made me sad for us because they were between the ages of 22 and 24. This is why I'm saying that a 19-year-old woman, man, what we gonna talk about? We can't talk about niggas. You don't watch the news. You don't know current events. If it ain't from the shade room, a neighborhood talk, it's all you know. These men couldn't even articulate what issues the Black people face, specifically women.
But you,
it's so easy to say.
You also can't compare a man's maturity level to a woman's, because I was a lot more mature at 19 than some niggas are at 35.
It's vague. We saw you. Never mind.
Yeah, we did. He's like a leprechaun. Anyway, so that's debatable.
Listen, man.
Because also, while we're talking about these kids being so advanced with social media, They are also smarter. You know what I'm saying? Even our little kids are smarter than we were at 2 and 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my cuz can work the phone.
It's debatable.
But I'm gonna say this though, for the guys out there, if you are ever on stage, young men, and it might be a lot of young men listen to this podcast, but if you know a young man, send them this part of the pod right here. Clip it up. Here we go. If you're a young man out there and you're on a college campus and you're trying to date and impress a girl where you have to be on stage and it's women in it, and that may or may not be your MO. But if 9 times out of 10, if it is, hey man, go on stage with your best self and be ready to present right. You know, it's women
and
like
practice.
Men that are smart. So I asked the Delta president was sitting beside me. I said, let me ask you a question. I said, did they have these questions beforehand? And do you know what she told me?
No. Yes. Oh.
They had a list of questions that they may be asked beforehand. I said, this was one of them? Yeah.
What was the question?
The issue with the black people face.
And they was up there
specifically
talking
women.
about like that clip that's hit you.
Man,
when you.
And you know, with somebody trying to sound, and so really considering the issues that black women face, I'm like, man, you ain't saying nothing. I ain't heard you say nothing about it. I gave everybody one.
So to put a bow on the issues.
One, when it was like 3 different categories, man, all them niggas got one. All I'm saying, hey, listen, man, they be ready to impress and walk into the room and exude excellence wherever you are, black man. Don't let them on, man. It really hurt my heart. Broke my heart for the black.
Maybe you need to start mentoring.
No, I don't. Maybe you need to find their daddies. You know what I'm saying?
Barrett! Oh my goodness.
I find a strong mentor in your life, but you're just not me. And then going back to Shannon, this is not my relationship, but it may be. Hey, there is a value in being committed these days. Because when all this stuff is happening right now, I'm thinking to myself, man, I just thank God that I am in a committed relationship to my wife.
I like
because
that segue.
I can't even imagine having to be out here
in these streets.
Spending $250 a cheek.
Oh,
let alone $25. No.
I agree with that message. I support that message. Because it is, I don't even know the word that I'm looking for. It's like the dating scene now and the, like, if I was out here trying to find someone like fresh, brand new, you know what I'm saying? I've never met before, don't have a history with their past. I feel like it's also easier, like when you can go back to like, one of your
that old thing back.
Yeah. But like a brand new.
But no.
Like I couldn't imagine like trying to like get to know someone and trust someone. No.
Nah, I couldn't at all. So right now I know myself well enough to know that I would probably not go back to anybody that I was in a full-time anything with. It had to be somebody I know, like know through passing or met along the way. Because trying to get to know somebody, man, like it's exhausting. After hearing them boys talk yesterday, I was tired. I said, man, I feel sorry for these young girls. And there wasn't number of girls in there. I was like, man, I feel sorry for these young girls, man. Like, this is what they picking from. So, and some of them were a little on, they like the same thing the girls like. You know what I'm saying? So you had 2 or 3 of them that probably was leading more toward over there. Then the rest of them were leaning, the
leaning back. Okay.
Heterosexuals. And the heterosexuals didn't know what issues black women were facing. So like I said, I don't know, I just feel sorry. But anyway, back to what I was saying about the perks of being committed to. The main perk I see is, like I just said, you ain't got to worry about getting in trouble. You ain't got to worry about facing any allegations. Hey, and also, if you are here doing dirt, you should not be doing dirt at all. That's what India would say. Why are you telling people, don't do dirt? Let's say that. Just say that out loud.
We need to get that on a t-shirt.
Hey, don't do dirt. What if you are doing dirt? Like, you have to be a lot more considerate of what you're doing. And then, like, man, it's just
we're not giving tips on how to do dirt.
I'm about to bring it home and say this. And then, look, why would you want to embarrass somebody that you've been with for years and years and years? So think about that, man. Consider that. Like, you don't want to do it, dog. It ain't worth it, bro. It's not worth it. Because one screenshot, one text message leak, you up out of here, cuz you are up out of here. So hey, don't do dirt. Stay committed.
And go see sinners.
And go see sinners. And go see sinners. We ain't talking about a bunch of nothing. Go see sinners. That might put your relationship back on track. Your turn. Here we go. Hit the button.
Let her upgrade you. What
some water.
do you do?
Now, this I didn't prepare for. I read everything else. Okay, it says, hey, y'all, I love my wife. I hope you do. But lately, I am feeling really frustrated. She calls me out for little things like leaving the light on. But when she...
That's why I gave y'all 5 minutes.
But when she does the same thing, she brushes it off like it's no big deal. On top of that... I don't leave the lights off. On top of that, she plays these little tests, like saying she'll go pick up the groceries, but then just sits there expecting me to offer instead. And when I pointed out, she says, I'm just kidding, like it's nothing. I'm starting to wonder if I've catered to her too much to the point where now she expects me to do everything. I don't mind helping, but I still need support too. Am I overreacting? Or how should I handle this without it being turned into a bigger issue? Is this for you?
Oh yeah, I was about to write mine.
Okay.
I forgot.
Okay. So being the house manager that I am.
Here we go.
Cut
off the lights.
I will mention things to Karen in the moment.
Specifically what things? Like
well, okay, for example, this week we had like I was like, I need to have some what did I say to him?
FaceTime.
I was like, I have some housekeeping notes to discuss with you. And he's like, okay, what's up?
Hold on, but when did you say it? Did you say it in the moment of like y'all just chilling?
It was like the next day.
Okay.
And we're like getting up because I don't think he was home when I noticed it.
Okay.
But I was like, hey, like, could you... Okay, so this is one of the things. So I had to think about it. Cameron will get Winter up and dressed in the morning after he's gotten himself ready for the day.
For sure.
Before he goes, because he'll drop her off to whoever house she's going to that morning. So, and I know he's in a rush to get her ready, but normally I'll have her clothes already laid out for the day. So he's not having to do too much, but to get her ready, I'll come up there, do her hair, whatever.
Right on.
But he won't like open up her window or like tidy up her blanket or, open up the house as we call it.
Okay.
So I'm like, hey, like when you get her up and get her out the door, like, could you like tidy up her room? So like, because when he's gone, I'm normally downstairs. Her room's upstairs. So I would have to go upstairs and clean that up, or open up her window which is nothing for me to do. So it's not like I was like, oh my God, can you just fucking clean the room? It was just like, hey, could you do it? So like, it's not something that I have to do necessarily. Just because like it takes 5 seconds to fold up a blanket and throw it over a crib. Like it's not like we're making a bed.
Right.
And
quick.
Doing them, what I'm saying? But I do understand when you're not rushing.
Okay.
And I have said that, if you're not racing to get out of here,
okay,
if you could make a conscious effort. If not, like no big deal. But those are things you can have a conversation about without somebody feeling like you're nagging them or beating them upside the head. You know what I'm saying? It's not like... One thing that does irritate me though, is because I clean the house like every weekend. I told you my house cleaner comes once a month.
Yep.
But in between the weekends, I'll surface clean the house and do laundry and stuff like that. But if I clean the window, not the window, Lord have mercy, the mirror in the bathroom, we normally sit Winter in the sink, or have her feet in the sink, and she's sitting on the counter and we brush her teeth or do her hair, whatever. She's brushing her teeth and you see this nice clean mirror and then the toothpaste splashes
everywhere. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you.
It's like,
I'm with you now.
I just cleaned this yesterday. Or the lady just came to clean the house yesterday. Why is it already? Those are the things that kind of piss me off if I come up there and I see it, because I know you saw it and I know it was clean because you saw me clean it.
I'm with you.
So and in the moment, I'm going to say something.
But how do you say it in that moment though?
I mean, I'm not cussing and fussing.
Do you say it with vitriol? Do you say it with love?
I'll probably say it with a little irritation.
Okay,
like, hey, come on, you just saw me clean this up yesterday. Like, at least tell me, hey, we got some toothpaste on the mirror. Like,
I just wrote that question down.
Because me walking up there, cleaning up the room that you didn't clean up. And then I see the toothpaste. It just that is when I get attitude.
Now, how does he receive that when you ask him in that moment?
I mean, he gets it because again, you did see me clean it, or you saw that it was clean. It'd be different if it was already dirty and you're like, well, it's already nasty. Why you bitching at me because it's nasty? It's
look
like,
at it.
I try to keep our house clean. And so I would like you to help me. Like if you notice something that needs to be cleaned, if you don't clean it up yourself, at least say, hey. There was also 2 times last week that we have 4 bathrooms in our house. We got 4 bathrooms.
I can poop all day. There you go, talk about it.
And 2 of those bathrooms didn't have toilet paper, and I used both those bathrooms. And I'm like, I don't have a penis that I can just shake, and keep it moving. I need to wipe myself. So it's like, hey,
cooking. I got to write this down. So keep going.
Because I like that thread I showed you where it said, I want to have magically feels to see, have this magically something goes out and it magically appears again. It's like, okay, you know that you're not the only one using the restroom. Do your due diligence on.
Put it there.
Or say, hey,
I gotta see it.
Running upstairs. Hey, I forgot to put some toilet paper. Like, could you grab some?
And stop taking tissue from one bathroom to another.
And that's what he did.
And acting like that's a replacement for toilet tissue.
That's what it is.
That's not. That's just moving tissue from one place to another. Replace. You see the little brown thing that you, hello. You do echoes back in there. Hello. Take the brown thing off. And don't sit it on the counter. Dispose of it, get new toilet paper, even if it's downstairs, and commit to putting it
because
upstairs.
I'm always the one that replaces the toilet paper. So that was like a slap in the face. Because I feel like, am I the only one that knows what the toilet paper is and replaces it?
Now, do you think if he told you the same thing, like let's say the roles were reversed and he was the one that tied it up, and then he said, hey, you know I just cleaned up. Could you at least try to help me and wipe the toothpaste off the mirror?
If he was the one that always cleaned up.
If he told you that, would you receive that?
Yes, I would have to because he's the one that keeps the house clean.
Okay.
Because again, if you don't have to do your laundry, if you don't have to wash the dishes, if you don't have to, you don't have to do other things.
No, you deserve that. You deserve.
If you don't have to do all those things, it's like, that's the minimum. At least say, hey, I forgot to put it, you know what I'm saying? And nobody's perfect.
Nobody is. Cam, I love you. But
and I'm not trying to be his drill sergeant, and I don't do that. Again, I wasn't like screaming and hollering when I told him those things. But it's like, hey, just be a little bit more thoughtful because I try to be thoughtful. You have never sat down and been like, God damn, bitch, what a toilet paper. I just had a dookie. You know what I'm saying?
Get them dude wipes.
You always got enough to, and if it's out, I'm going to get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, meet me halfway, buddy.
Your butt will always be fresh at the
and
Johnson's
I was sitting there like,
abode.
On the toilet, just dripping.
What do I do for you?
Okay, and I'm upstairs. It's not like I had a t-shirt nothing to grab. I'm in winter room. Like,
she got the bathroom shuffle walking out.
It was just, I will tell you. I'll tell you what happened. No, they don't need to know.
Yes, this is an off-air conversation.
But yeah.
Man, you know.
I'm sorry. I don't even think I answered.
We didn't
answer. We talking personal.
Because I'm going to go somewhere in a second.
I will say, you're not overreacting. Your feelings are valid. Communicate. And just try to be effective in your communication. Say, hey, can we have like a little housekeeping meeting? You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing X, Y, and Z, can you do X, Y, and Z? Just so we can always make sure that it's toilet paper's on the roll or it's groceries in the refrigerator or however.
Or the pantry is organized.
That testing someone, that's annoying.
Yeah. Don't test me.
I'm going to go pick up the groceries and I'm waiting for you to be like, no, I'll do it. No.
I'm going to say, okay.
I'm going to say, can you pick me up some bread?
Matter of fact, I think I need some more San Pellegrino.
I need some deodorant.
Yeah,
I think that, I think that's kind of awkward. I would rather just be like, hey, like, we're running low on some things. Like,
can you help out?
If she didn't really feel like grocery shopping, be like, hey, I got the list. Can you go pick up the groceries? Like,
can you put in a Kroger quick list pickup? Like,
or
something?
Can you give me the card and I will gladly go get the groceries?
Yeah, it can all be so simple, man. Like, what are we doing here?
But y'all are gonna have to communicate. You're gonna have to tell her you don't like that playing game shit, and she's gonna have to figure out how to tell you that hey, I don't always like going to get the groceries.
It's whack.
Yeah,
it was fine. Good job on that. That made me. You gave me a relationship, which I'm about to deliver right now.
Now, unqualified advice from B Love and B Love's relationship.
This is on the fly. Watch this. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how I'm about to start it off. I think, and not even I think, I know that before we get married, a lot of us don't have the conversation of cleaning. And I think as we progress in our marriage, that the conversation of cleaning has become more and more relevant to where we are right now. I believe that before you get married, you all should talk about how tidy each person is, because that's going to come up as in this, what we just talked about right now, in your marriage, and it's going to be an argument. One of y'all might be OCD, and you might, every time you drink, the cup gets washed. The other one might just say, hey, let it live, and I'm going to wash the dishes tonight. My wife. If you don't align with those things, y'all might need to talk about that before you jump the broom. It's probably not a deal breaker or anything, but it's something that needs to be pointed out before you go down the marriage.
But I feel like you see a little bit of how clean someone is and someone's hygiene
for sure
when you're dating, just because like you're spending the night.
Yeah, you are sleeping over.
But
now, you know, you spend the night, you on your best behavior.
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, eventually you get lazy. That's when it's fresh and new.
Right.
But you know, once you get used to somebody and they have a little drawer and shit like that at your house, you let some stuff slide. So it's kind of like, just make sure y'all are at least you are meeting each other halfway. Like if you notice your husband a little bit lax, because I don't think any man is just like, I've only met so many OCD men. Like y'all can be tidy, but you may not be like as squeaky clean as me.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think nobody is.
So I feel like, maybe just talk about it. Be like, hey, I'll take on chores of being the cleaner of the house, which is what I enjoy to do because I'm clean, you know what I'm saying? And I know that I like to live in a clean surrounding, so I'm not going to put that on you for it to piss me off. So it's kind of like also picking and choosing your battles.
Right. And I think we have to delegate. So I think we have to delegate who's going to do what. And I think that should happen before we talk about, hey, baby, listen, I am junky. The house not straightened up. I know I'm just, my closet look a mess, baby. I know I need help there, but you so clean. If you can pick up that, I'll pick this up. And if y'all can just let each other know from the jump, I think the world would be so much. Y'all know me. Y'all been listening to the pod dishes. Oh my God. 2019, 2020. Boy, I was about to get divorced behind them dishes being in the sink. It's just dishes. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? But we talked about it and we worked through it and the dishes get clean now and they get put in the dishwasher somehow, some way. When we still working on it, but it's bigger fish to fry than just the dishes. So just like I said, just pick your battles and just delegate. Talk about who's doing what in your relationship. I'll be alive. So, give it up. Tell the people they can find you.
_ Syd the Kid.
Man, you know where to find me. B Love 1911 on all social platforms. Be sure to follow She and Our podcast. Hey, YouTube, the vibes are still there. I'm gonna do better. And also, we forgot to talk about this, and we'll talk about it next time. I know what you did last summer. Fire! Can't wait to see it. It's coming soon to a
We're turning this into a spooky podcast.
From music to movies, shit, whatever you need, we got your back like a spinal cord. In the meantime, in between time, it's been real. It's been fun. Syd, I'm out.